Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. This is a Patreon well, actually it's a PayPal request for Ben. Sorry that it took so long to do this. Just been busy with other stuff. But he requested 2 commentaries, and this is one of them for the original Red Dawn. So thank you so much for that, Ben. Thank you to everyone. If you wonder what that noise is, it's a fan. I need it because it's just too hot. It's too hot to do videos. And if anyone wants to request pretty much any type of video, it could be a movie topic, a review, or any other type of video, you can either do it by joining my Patreon or sending the request directly via PayPal like Ben did. And I'll get to it as soon as I can, but I will get to it. So thank you very much, Ben. Thank you to everyone who has done that. The links will be down below, both Patreon and PayPal. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you so much. So I have the film up for Red Dawn. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Here we have the MGM logo. I don't really see much MGM stuff nowadays. I think about it, at least that logo in front of it. Labor and food riots in Poland, Soviet troops invade, El Salvador, Honduras fall. Greens Party gains control of West German Parliament. Demands withdrawal. Mexico plunge into revolution. NATO dissolves. U.S. stands alone. Great score, I'll say that. It's a wonderful score. As we're going through the clouds here. Directed by John Milius. Same guy who gave us Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And yeah, I have a rant on the remake, and I have a review of this film because I did a Patrick Swayze marathon where I reviewed pretty much all of, well, a good chunk of Patrick Swayze movies. Basil Poledouris, who worked on Conan with John Milius. Basil Poledouris also did the score for RoboCop, and great composer. No, not many people talk about the score he did for this, but it's great score, just this opening alone really gets you into the movie. But yeah, I have a review of this up on the channel when I did my Swayze marathon. Like I said, I did rant on the remake many years ago. I thought the remake was just, well, Kevin Reynolds worked on the story. Kevin Reynolds would go on to direct Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and yes, Waterworld. But yeah, the remake, it was just unneeded. To me, it was unwanted. Like, this actually has some moments of true honest feelings and different time, different era, different way of handling the action. Red Dawn was one of those films that did not need a remake. Here we have the sort of classical small hometown, picturesque as they would call it. The Rough Rider. Far better it is to dare mighty things than to take rank with those poor timid spirits who knew neither victory nor defeat. Teddy Roosevelt, 1899. We got introduction of our characters. We got Charlie Sheen, Patrick Swayze as brothers. I don't remember losing a football game. Well, I do. Patrick Swayze is just one of those actors that it's sad that we lost him so early, way too young. I mean, but again, Uncommon Valor was great. I love that film. Steel Dawn was good. Roadhouse was a lot of fun. Man, just a very charismatic actor. Charlie Sheen, before he went nuts, he was a pretty good actor too. And this teacher here, you would recognize him from a number of films. He was the boss in 48 Hours. He was the boss of National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. He helped Stallone in Lock Up. His name escapes me. It was on the tip of my tongue. But he was the boss in Last Action Hero. You've seen this teacher quite a few times. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this movie actually has a few moments of creepiness as part of a factor. Later on, when they find one of their team has kind of betrayed them, and here, just as quiet. It's this quiet, creepy aspect of people just landing in parachutes right in front of the high school front lawn. It's like the eerie calm before the storm. It's one of those things like, what would happen if all of a sudden this happened at your school? How would you react? And this teacher didn't do anything wrong. I mean, he's got no weapons, no guns. He can't obviously understand you. And blood squibs. People forget, this was PG-13. This is one of the first films that had a PG-13 rating. And you have dead kids. Dude, you got a dead high school kid that's been shot in the head and his face is through the glass. You got missiles in school. And again, this is PG-13. PG-13. Also on the cast, you got C. Thomas Howell was one of these students. Of course, he was in The Hitcher. Rutger Hauer, personal favorite of mine. There's Sway's dog coming in to save the day. What would Dalton do? Dalton would say, "Fuck the Roosties." Look, back in the day, you could have actual missiles flying and real explosions and not CGI cartoon graphics. There's the parachutes in the background just calmly coming in. They damn my gun when they pry from my cold dead fingers. Well, the guy, he wasn't lying, because that just happened right now. Damn, they already got barbed wire around town. They work fast. I swear I've seen that guy before. I wonder if he was the boss in the Clint Eastwood film The Rookie. The one guy who's the one kid's dad, he's running behind the pickup truck. I just really eerie creepiness of... It does sound stupid to people, but almost believable. At least this portion, I should say. Because what would you do if this happened? You get to where you can, get whatever supplies you can, and get the hell out of there. So you got guns, you got... This is a hell of a gas station to have also guns and ammo. I don't know many gas stations that have that, but I guess this is One stop shopping spree. Got some Coca-Cola in there. I think the other was 7-Up or something. Why don't you go with him? Or get in a car and get your wife. Don't just stay at the gas station. Talking about, I think it's C. Thomas Howell's father, that character. Loaded with what, blanks? But the actors do their jobs well. They're natural in their performances. They're scared, but not being too over the top. But you know, they're being scared, but it feels natural. I know nowadays this is looked at as such a fantastical film. I mean, yeah, maybe the idea of high school kids beating the military, but a good portions of this feels real to me. Yeah, that's good, buddy. Just waste the ammo. Shoot a random bullet that hit nothing. You dipstick. Fucking dipstick. We got no water. Why are we pissing it? Now get up here and piss in the radiator. I don't know if this would actually work. Car enthusiasts will have to let me know if that would actually work. But listen, you got real helicopters flying by, you got real tanks. Not, again, computer graphics, CGI stuff. Real missiles blowing up buildings, which helps with the authenticity of the sequences. Yes, I like it because it's real and practical, but it helps with, even if it's a fantastical idea, it helps with its authenticity. Now this guy here, I believe he's... Oh, what's that movie? Can't believe I forgot it. But I know I've seen him in other movies. But yeah, you have the guy that is a bad guy, but he's not too bad of a bad guy. I think his first name's Ron. It's supposed to be the Cubans and the Russians joining together. Ron O'Neal, that's who I was thinking of. Ron O'Neal. Superfly. He was from Superfly. It was the first film to be released in the US with a PG-13 rating. The system was introduced July 1st, 1984. And this came out in August. The film was originally called 10 Soldiers. So the original script. A shift in focus from conflict within the group to conflict between the teens and their oppressors, and the acceleration of the ages of some of the characters from early teens to high school age and beyond. Powers Booth said John Milius cut out the emotional life of his characters. Originally, my character was anti-war as well as a rightist. I was supposed to be in the voice of reason in that movie, but certain cuts negated my character. Sorry I'm being silent, just... Funny enough, the operation that captured former dictator Saddam Hussein was named Operation Red Dawn. Targets were dubbed Wolverine 1 and Wolverine 2. Didn't even know that. John Milius did not like the remake. Said it was terrible. There was a strange feeling to the whole thing. They were fans of the movie, so they put in stuff they thought it was neat. It's all about neat action scenes, has nothing to do with story. There's only one example in 4,000 years of Chinese territorial adventurism. That was in 1979 when they invaded Vietnam. And to put it mildly, they got their butts handed to them. Why would China want us? They sell us stuff. We're a market. I would have done it about Mexico. That's the least of the film's problems. The remake, I should say. This is them arguing whether they should stay or go. Patrick Swayze taking the lead here. I'm gonna take the lead. I'm gonna round the house, kick you in the face, and rip your throat out. Daryl, Daryl, Daryl. Are you Daryl Strawberry? No, I'm just... And then there's something to these characters. They have a little bit of emotion to them and heart to them, and you have a great cast. The remake, they're more worried about the fucking people who look pretty and have great makeup. But here, I mean, shots like this where it showcases the landscape, and it shows each month, October, November, December. Well, moments like this that's strictly about character. This doesn't, quote, further this, it doesn't further any action scenes. It furthers the story and character. Because you have this timid guy, Sitao Howell, and then at the end becomes this war-hungry blood frenzy is a bit too much to say, but just gung-ho about killing the enemy. And it starts with this drinking the blood of the deer. The first hint of his change. When you drink it, you'll be a real hunter. And this is the start of his slow change throughout the rest of the picture. Right now he's very quiet, timid. Not by the end. He's trying to battle a gunship and dies trying. Once you do that, there'll be something different about you. They're right about that. And they follow through on it. 'm laughing to see Thomas Howell wearing a Star Wars cap. I just thought it was just a fun little thing there. I'm going to town. I'm going to fuck. No, not really. Go to town, have a party. Dan Wasteland was his Mad Max. Beyond Blunderdome. Thousand years bullshit. That's false advertising. Not been there 1,000 years. You lie. You liar. Charlie Sheen, you liar. You all know you're a liar. You fucking liar. No, just, he is, but still. Pretty much they're overlooking this small town. Which, why the fuck would these guys give a shit about such a small town? You think they'd only worry about the big cities? I mean, I don't know. You wouldn't think they'd give so much of a shit about small towns like this. I mean, you think they would only be worried about occupation of the big cities? Maybe not. I don't know. Now they're sneaking around town. Here they're getting some info about what's going on, at least a little bit. Might lay down. It's a bit hard in this chair, and at least for a long amount of time, so they might lay down on the bed, get comfortable doing this. I think I'll do that. I'll be right back. Keep the movie going. I'll be right back. There'll be some bobbing, but again, the scenes like this are a little bit emotional, where they see their parents. Harry Dean Stanton, small role but important role, as Swayze and Charlie Sheen's dad. And in scenes like this showcase that the film does have a heart to it. It really does. And Harry Dean Stanton, may rest in peace, just a great actor from Alien, Steve from New York, this movie. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, you motherfuckers. You two sons of bitches. I think people who just say this is just action, 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 they've completely forget about scenes like this. Showcase the humanity of the characters. Actors do their jobs well. So this is the music. John Milius was not that bad of a director. Sadly, he did not direct a lot of movies that I remember. Avenge me. Avenge me. Just part of you wonders what would happen if there was an invasion in today's age, but either people would be too offended and they'd all die, or there's enough crazy people that it's like, fuck this country, they're too crazy. Maybe we'd get infected by their craziness or their stupidity. There's another actor I recognize. He was in Terror Train and a bunch of other movies. $40 miles? Just your car, you probably made 40 miles. Even if you go 20 miles an hour, you'd get there in 2 hours. 40 miles. Makes me wonder how folks like this stay safe. I guess just they're out sort of in the middle of nowhere, so no one looks for them, I guess, or something. spreading lies and propaganda, maybe saying that they slit people's throats. I think this film became a success because a lot of younger folks, A, they can enjoy the action and, in a weird way, a fantasy of, like, what would you do if you could defend your land against the evil whatever. While some of us enjoy it because we kind of put ourselves in their places and what would we do in this situation. Or to be honest, just enjoy the cast and the story. When the actions happen, the well made, there's great cast who all good chunk of them went on to do stuff. I mean, again, Charlie Sheen would go on to do Platoon and Wall Street and Men at Work, The Rookie, Terminal Velocity, Hot Shots Pour Deux. Swayze, of course, would go on to do Dirty Dancing and Roadhouse, Ghost. C. Thomas Howell would do films like The Hitcher, Soul Man. Leah Thompson should be in the Back to the Future films. Of course, we have two Dirty Dancing cohorts soon after this. Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze, which apparently they disliked each other. I know there's been other movies that were kind of ripping on Red Dawn when the Red Dawn remake came out. There was The War After Tomorrow, or whatever the hell it was called. I'm sure there's been others, I don't know their names. Or Tomorrow is Yesterday, or whatever the hell. National Forest, founded by President Teddy Roosevelt, Forest Service Act, 10,000 acres of... Try and read the sign. Oh yes, we're going to build condominium, damn, if I could say it right, condominiums. Get some vodka and Coke, Coca-Cola. We're going to have a party with the roosties. Pretty much just the Russians reading the sign that we can read. go to take pictures and then go to Miami. The Miami. That's okay, Rambo will take care of your Rambo 3 with some C4 arrows. You think these kids are something? Wait for John Rambo. Find an arrow. You stick it up your ass? No, I don't stick it up my ass. I use my finger for that. Oh yeah, you smell your finger too? Idiota. You always stick this up your ass. Listen, I'll show you other stuff you can stick up your ass. There's a rock. There's a sharp rock with the dildo. Oh my god, no, there's a woman. She's my sex toy. No, she's mine. Do not shoot. This sex toy is mine. No. We're going to Bang Bang. This beach is mine. I don't know why when this guy gets shot in the arrow, just like, ah. Now he gets it. See, that was Howell's first kill against a human, at least. This guy bleeding ain't gonna make it. If he makes it, he ain't gonna be happy. Where's the other girls that were there, like 2 feet away from the edge? They killed that one guy. You think they would have seen and shot him while he was climbing up? Like Leah tells it, Jennifer Grey, they were just there, right where he just ran by. Where the hell did they go? Disappear? Who are you, Steve Real? What does he look? Who does he look like? Don't fuck with Dalton. Shot him right in the face. Dude, you shot a guy with an arrow, and then you're like, there were people. You shot him. When you rewatch this, you realize Charlie Sheen doesn't have a lot to do in this movie. See, by that dialogue, you realize that a dick was up her ass a long time ago. He's like, what was up your ass? I don't know. A few months a dick. But yeah, Charlie Sheen doesn't really have a lot to do when you watch his film again. I mean, I guess I always say he's one of the major characters, but I mean, technically he is, but yeah, he doesn't really do a lot. And when you watch this again, keep track of that. Fucking Superfly. You super traitor. You're super fake, phony, two-faced. You used to be Superfly. Now what you doing? Disappointing, you Superfly. Oh, this guy is Lane Smith, who was in Son-in-Law. He was Perry White and Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman TV show. He was in The Distinguished Gentleman. Been a lot of other stuff too. And Lane Smith, you ain't doing shit. Stop kissing ass. They don't kill you anyway. Maybe you get enough points, you get a gun with infinite ammo, and then you kill everybody. And these people will be killed before retribution of their men getting killed. I mean, yeah, it's a burial for their men, but that's not where it's going to end. I think one of them is Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah, there's Harry Dean Stanton. Their bats are turned away. Just go up and shoot them in the back. Sorry, I'm not saying anything. It kind of speaks for itself. I think this scene was longer. Yeah, I think this scene was a lot longer, and then they just used the tail end of it. Probably Charlie Sheen coming in and telling them all. Swayze and Sheen worked well together in this. Let it turn, let it turn. Just bottom hook, line, sinker, man. The emotions. Now it's payback time. Gonna have a body count in the house, body count in the house, body count. Maybe you should, yeah. Shouldn't have stolen her shit. That's what we did for stealing her picnic basket. Dumbasses. There we go. I think they tried to replicate that for the remake as well, but it just did not work nearly as well. Again, the cast, the music, good looking film too. John Milius handled that fairly well. Boom shakalaka. I think is this the moment here? Yeah. Wolverines. Wolverines. Yeah. Fuck them up, man. That's what they fucked up by telephone. Here's a gift for some grenades for your birthday. That's for New Year's Day. That's for Groundhog Day. There's a nice little montage showing all the destruction with Wolverines. El Salvador, Mongolia, Mexico. But these are my men. These men are grass, and they're the lawnmower. Sorry, you ain't Superfly no more. But, I mean, maybe I could see the appeal of when they do in the remake, when they put it in the city, and maybe take into account how crazier people are today. But, just the way it was filmed was bland. Most of the cast and characters were fairly boring or forgettable, or trying to find people who are pretty. Chris Hemsworth is talented, but he chooses a lot of shitty scripts. A lot of horrible scripts. They're fucking your day up over and over again. You deserve it, you sons of bitches. Man, all that in 1 month, October. Hey, they made a cloud hole in the sky. Does that mean you're calling us assholes? Is this where she finds Powers Booth? I think it is. Yeah, I think this is where she finds Powers Booth. Which I guess there was supposed to be a lot more with them as an item, but it was some of that stuff was cut out. I mean, I can't really say I miss it or anything. Sorry, I'm just enjoying Powers Booth. May he rest in peace. Always enjoyed him as an actor. I mean, he was great as the villain in Sudden Death. He was in Extreme Prejudice. Just Powers Booth is always one of those guys. One of my favorite roles of his would be in Southern Comfort. One of those few times he got to be one of the leads as a good guy with Southern Comfort. Part of the U.S. Air Force shut down. I just wish Powers Booth was in it for the entire run, such that his character just killed off. I would love to have had his character live. I mean, not many live, but if someone like him would have lived, would have been nice. But the people who live is like, okay, Leah Thompson, and then the kid that I don't give a shit about. Like, I don't even remember the actor's name or the character. Just, okay, he's just happens to be one of the survivors. That's probably the only downfall I have with it. I don't like that all the people I like die. Like Powers Booth, Swayze, Charlie Sheen. You assume Charlie Sheen and Swayze died because apparently they've never heard from again. So pretty much, Powers Booth explained what the hell happened. I know this sounds stupid, but I wonder if somehow this happened in real life at this time. If someone like China would have helped. I only say that because we buy a lot of shit from China, so maybe for them it'd be their best interest. I don't know. Funny you mentioned that, and then he mentions the Chinaman line. So now Powers Booth is going to see what these kids can do and will do. Sorry I'm not saying much, it's just a lot of the movie speaks for itself. I mean, what more can I say about the action? It's not confusing, it's not badly shot, it's not badly edited. It's all done practical. Pretty much them showing Powers Booth what they're made of. And once in a while Charlie Sheen's the RPG guy. Great story, Powers Booth. Tell it again. Don't sugarcoat it. And don't sugarcoat that shit. Haste won't burn you up, kid. It keeps me warm. And it's true, it's what does them in at the end. See this a little bit here with Lea Thompson, Powers Booth. Just there was again, Lea Thompson mentioned there's a lot more to this stuff. Which, I mean, what I see is fine. I wouldn't say I miss that kind of stuff. just get enough little bits of dialogue to fill in your own quandaries. Okay, now in December. The snow landscape helps with the atmosphere too. Nah, ain't that simple. And this does have quite a bit of action. I mean, it keeps going at a good pace. Doesn't let up on the action. The score is just so rousing too. Like in a weird way, the score is kind of patriotic. Das Vidanya. All that hardware getting blown up for real, man. Oh man, what a waste of all that military hardware. Shit. Fucking tanks and jets. There you go. Das Vidanya. The deathly sucker for explosions in this movie. I mean that in a good way. And you have Ron O'Neal saying killing these people is not helping matters. Like throughout the film you realize this guy, he knows this is a losing battle. But also you have some levity here. You have Powers Boothe playing football with these guys. Yeah, I think you get enough of the stuff between the two in scenes like this. Powers with Leah Thompson. So they can worry that maybe a little help will be coming in the spring. Now we're at the end of January. Then this is where the shit hits the fan. Makes sense. January's considered a shitty month anyway. Yeah, this is when the shit goes wrong. Just Powers Booth gets killed. I think, yeah, one of their other buddies gets killed. And then they find out the other guy, Daryl, is Two-Face. Well, kind of forced him to being a mole. So you feel a little bit of regret for that. Damn, that's a clean sweeper. Who's in that plane? Maverick from Top Gun? Maybe, you never know. He's going to the danger zone. I mean, hey, just this came out in 84 doesn't mean it took place in 84. So it could take place after Top Gun. No, just yet, of course. Okay, they got a rocket, just shoot it right now at the tank. You got a missile, shoot it right now at the tank. Again, someone has a bazooka, just shoot it, boom. Why didn't you do that? You're right behind it. Crawl around, you shoot the one tank. You get... One guy being a fucking idiot. You do wonder what is Powers Booth doing up there. He could easily get shot. This kid's being an idiot. Just get down, let him wait for the RPG, man. Like that kid, who the hell... Still don't know anything about that kid that got shot right there. Can barely remember him. I don't know why... Gotta stand right up there. Yeah, in front of enemy fire. Shoot straight for once. You army putes. Fun attitude for the end there. Again, it's, like I said, fun attitude. That got it. But yeah, there's 2 people dead, so everything went to hell there, and then they're going to lose another one because they're going to find he's pretty much a traitor. That'll be coming up sometime soon. Yeah, that's a great thing to say when she's 2 feet away. What's left to bury? Yeah, C-Town's Hell character, just to the point, she just doesn't care. Well, he cares, but he's just so burned with hatred. A little bit of Swayze and Charlie Sheen here. Great landscape. Beautiful landscape. Wish you didn't have any of that in the remake. I mean, even in a city you could have had some of that, but just everything looked filtered and color draining and meh, bland. Oh, I remember there's a scene, wasn't there a scene in a fucking Subway shop or something? They could have just, they're like, let's just get the fuck out of here and go the 40 miles. We could be there in maybe 2 hours. That was all for January, so we got February. So okay, that stuff did happen the next month. Now this guy would play Conan's dad in Conan the Barbarian that John Milius directed before this. He also would fight Clint Eastwood in the sequel Any Which Way You Can. Then one guy was talking, leading this march. You come in with a truck and go see, you need to get a bomb and just blow up everybody in this building. Do you imagine that, like, people do like 2-3 RPGs and just shoot one after the other in this? Kill all these people. This is all subtitles, so I can take this off for a little bit. This is, again, it's all subtitles. At least for this scene. Yeah, I believe the actor's name is William Smith. I believe that's his name. Like I say, he was Conan's dad in Conan the Barbarian 1982. He was in Maniac Cop. He's been, like I say, he had the fist fight with Clint Eastwood at the end of Any Which Way You Can. Been a lot of other stuff as well. Yeah, William Smith, I believe, is his name. I was saying, you know, we gotta get these guys. Superfly himself, you could tell he's sort of not into this much anymore. You see some of the Wolverine's pictures in the back there, like there's Charlie Sheen in the bottom left. But yeah, 1984, you could say every year in the 80s was a decent year for movies. I mean, this is a year you had Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. I believe Gremlins came out in 84, and I'd have to look up for everything else. Here you go. Pretty much these troops following some type of signal. And we'll find out soon what that signal is. Because, you know, jumping ahead, the one guy, Daryl, his dad, the mayor, turned him in, and they made him put this fucking device in. He could have told the group immediately, I have this device in me, but he didn't say anything. Again, it's hard to comment on the action scenes because I'm not one of these guys. Oh my God, he shot from left to right, then he shot from right to left, and then that grenade. I don't know, that explosion. That's not how it would be in real life. In real life, it would explode left instead of right pattern, or it would be much bigger or much smaller, or the sound effect is totally wrong. See, I don't know that shit. Yeah, some people bleed in there. And people like C. Thomas Howell don't come in and finish the job. Why do you think he'd answer you anyway? Charlie Sheen has it working. And it's going to lead right to Daryl. Definitely an intense scene. Granted, they probably could have just let Daryl go. They probably could have let that guy Daryl go. I mean... What's the difference between us and them? We live here. Definitely an intense scene because the actors do their jobs well, with the emotions rising. Swayze ain't going to do it, but C. Thomas, he's too far gone. I thought the music was a nice touch too. I don't know, for some reason scenes like this, I say creep me out, but that's not the best way to put it. It's like the scene in Young Guns when Charlie Sheen dies. And then one of them, I think it's Tiefer, the writing, and Tiefer looks back and it's the score and you see the dead bodies. Similar thing here with Swayze, he looks back and sees the dead bodies. Just something about eerie calmness after the violence. Just something about it. Almost makes it seem ring more true. I know that doesn't make sense, but I don't know how else to put it. Just, Swayze looks back. And it just makes things that much more real and... See, the remake had no scenes like this in it. I'm not saying it has to be like that verbatim. I'm saying emotion-wise. Emotional value-wise. None of that was in the remake. And it shows characters are affected by it. They don't just shrug it off as if it was nothing. It was something. It meant something. I think if it wasn't for C. Thomas, Swayze would just let him go. Like, you run off, we'll move. You run off, and whatever happens, happens. And Swayze was a good actor. This is another one the shit really hits the fan. Because I think there's supplies and food, and then Jennifer Grey gets killed, and C. Thomas Howell gets killed. And then the bad guys conveniently drop 2 cases of food. Definitely a trap in my book. But I mean, I know they need food. But that's definitely a trap. Right, I know that because I've seen the film, but still. Even in real life, you'd be like, I don't know, it could be a trap. Which they do get some food and they do eat it, but then the shit really hits the fan. Come on down, the price is right, bitches. We got food, we got a pantry, we got some pussy. We got somewhat a roll, we got apple. We got apples, we got oranges, we got Czech cereal, we got some poontang pie, we got some Mohican coffee, we got some Setzel pretzels, asparagus soda, and butt bean pie. I guess technically it wasn't a trap, otherwise they would have done something by now. It's just another dropship's coming. But they wouldn't know they'd still be there. They could have easily just taken it left for a couple miles. I wonder how they knew they were that specific rock. Well, how did they know they would be at that specific rock formation? Got 2 helicopters. They're shooting a lot, but they're missing a lot too. They're not hitting shit. Those pilots' gunnery should be fired. Y'all should be fucking fired. You ain't hitting shit. Calling John Rambo. He'll get 50 caliber and shoot out those helicopters. I've seen it. Called Rambo 3. Get the fuck out of there. Get out of Dodge. Yeah, Jennifer Grey ain't gonna make it. I'm not yawning because of the movie. I'm yawning because it's fairly late. And yeah, I'm sorry it's not the most exciting commentary, but never been that good at commentaries. No, he hits this helicopter, but I guess he hit right in the middle. There's no really explosion. Yeah, this guy, see, that's how character pretty much has a death wish, because here he is going toe to toe with a Hind D helicopter. Well, he could have made a run for it and lived. But like Powers Boost said, that hatred's going to eat you up. Instead of making common sense and getting the fuck out of Dodge, he just gets himself killed for no reason. Back to the day when you could actually have real helicopters as part of your scene. Not just fucking CGI. Because it's quicker, it's easier. Quicker and easier doesn't equal better. This is foreplay for Dirty Dancing for these two. Remember that time I almost shot you with a gun? Now we don't have the time of our life. I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. I don't have the power. A grenade. Do you ever heard the grenade? Grenade. Give her a pipe bomb. You can't pull the pin yourself, you lazy. No. Just kidding. You want to stay here and listen to the wind for a while? Can I get a blowjob as the last request? No, I'm just kidding. And she's just laying there, and you know, you straddle her, and no, I'm just kidding, folks. Just kidding. Or am I? No, just bullshitting. But you do have characters die, and it's sad. You feel for the characters. Does the actors do their jobs well? The music does its job well? Rest in peace, Basil Polidorus. At least I think he's no longer with us. Could be wrong on that. I believe he is, because you never hear anyone speak to him and such. So I think he's no longer with us. She was worried about being made to talk, but it looks like she's dead already. So that would not have been a worry anyway. Shoot me. They don't make me talk. I didn't. You're kind of dead already. So we just have the bad guys talking some more. Got someone. Yeah, she did put Daryl Bates on there. Swayze and Charlie Sheen gonna go in the last ditch effort. Okay, why can't Swayze make it? Not this guy who I don't remember doing a damn thing. I don't think you had to kill off both brothers. You could have had one live. But if you have to kill off Charlie Sheen's character, let Swayze live at least. Seeing scenes like this just makes me miss Patrick Swayze so much more, man. So talented. That's why I did a Swayze marathon. I reviewed a lot of his films. I enjoy, love Uncommon Valor, which apparently is getting a US Blu-ray in September, which is nice because I'd never picked up the Umbrella. Just didn't know if they would ever ship to US because of what's going on. But yeah, I love Uncommon Valor. I love Ghost. I enjoyed Roadhouse. The list goes on, man. Let's go do some damage. Here's Boomer Superfly saying, I'm sick and tired of this shit. I want to come back so I can do Superfly 2. The Return of Superfly. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of being here. I want to go home to you. I want to do Superfly 2 Electric Boogaloo. I want to be super again. I want people to like me again. I'm tired of these bullshit, Olivia. These fucking putos. I'm tired of the gringos. I'm tired of the putos. I'm tired of the putas. I'm tired of the pendeos. Fucking pendeos. Pendecos. So andale, andale, en la piscina, mini, petita, petita. Por favor. Mexican American, we go to high school, we take Spanish and get a B. They're Cubans, I know. Cubans, go find Scarface. Todo Montana. Or hell, go find Cody Santana. Cody Santana. Meio com puto gringos. Loves be ready. Red Dawn. Not Red Yawn. That's the remake. Red Dawn. Remake's called Red Yawn. That's all you doing for his running time. The remake. Yawning your ass off. Chuck those grenades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your ass on the floor. Die, motherfucker. Die, motherfuckers. Die. Part of me is like, use some of your fucking rockets that you got, man. You got like 3 of them. He's got like 2 rockets behind him. Okay, finally don't use them. Sorry, some bitch. Guess you just say this is our main villain, who does shoot both of them. Oh, there goes Charlie. Got his ass. Some bitch. I will say coming up, Swayze's character does something really fucking stupid. Really fucking dumb. Because right now Swayze is fine. He's perfectly fine. Swayze to shoot him now, 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 shoot him now. He could shoot him now, shoot him now, shoot him now. And he just shot. All that time he could have shot him. Instead he stupidly gets himself shot. And just stupid. He had good 30-40 seconds he could have shot him. Easily. And the one bit humanity of the opposition. Go with God. Vaya con Dios. Yep, he's done with the killing, done with the bullshit. Well, Sheen's character is definitely dead. Swayze, I don't remember where he even got shot. I mean, it's definitely a decent emotional ending. I don't think both of them had to die. I think you do see Charlie Sheen's character stop breathing. Does the breath thing getting right here? You barely... I mean, Swayze's character says he's so tired, but... that's supposed to be the assumption that they both died there. Dude, I don't know if you needed to kill off both of them. It's okay, the two people survived. Leah Thompson, some guy I don't care. I'm sorry, I mean, the actor didn't do a bad job, I just don't care about the character. Never cared about his character one way or another. Just didn't give a shit. Never gave a shit. You're free as a bird. So fly like an eagle to the sea. Obviously they won, thus they made this monument. Patrick Swayze, T. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson. Charlie Sheen billed fourth. Darren Dalton is Daryl. Jennifer Grey. Brad Savage is Danny. That's the guy who lived. Ben Johnson, that's the guy from Terror Train. Harry Dean Stanton from Alien, may he rest in peace. Ronan Neal, Superfly himself. William Smith, Conan's dad. Vladi Chiba, Powers Booth, Southern Comfort. Frank McRae, that's the guy I was thinking of, who was in Lockup and Last Action Hero. Yeah, great story by Basil Polidorus, and yeah, great movie, entertaining, action-packed, has a wonderful cast, and has a lot of good emotional parts to it, like the scene when they find out Daryl has a tracking device and Sita's how it kills them, or when Powers Booth's character gets killed. Yeah, some nice emotional moments. And as fantastical of an idea, they made it, to me, semi-believable because the performances were natural. The performances, the actors did their jobs in a natural manner. And with very competent, surefire direction by John Milius and a great underrated story by Basil Polidorus, easily outshines the remake in every way, shape, or form. And didn't have to fucking put scenes where the terrorists were at a subway having a fight like in the remake. Even a little bit with the Ron O'Neal having somewhat of a humanity, even though he's one of the villains, the opposition. Again, there's a lot to this movie that people don't really give credit to. They just call it dumb. But sometimes I wonder if they actually saw the film, or they just remember bits and pieces and just form their own fucking opinion on it. I don't know. But hey, what do I know? Either way, thanks once again, Ben, for the request. Take care, guys, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.